All right, fam. I should have mentioned this earlier. If you have a strap or a belt or a scarf or something that you can use like a strap, we're going to do a little bit of stretching today. We're actually going to start out there. So you want to grab something. If not, it's not a big deal. We can make modifications, but if you've got something nearby that you can use as a strap, go ahead and grab it. And we'll get started on the floor. So once you grab your strap, you're just going to come down onto your back. So I'll give you guys just a few minutes to get settled. So yeah, anything that you can loop around your foot at some point will suffice. And if you can't find anything right away, don't worry about it. So you'll go ahead and come down onto your back. Oh, just make sure that your strap is nearby. We're just going to start out in Shavasana, but we'll use the strap in just a second. So go ahead and come onto your back, extend your legs out long, wiggle your shoulder blades together underneath your heart to open up your chest, and then just bring your hands by your sides, palms up toward the sky, close your eyes. And sort of rock your tailbone towards your heels to flatten your low back against the floor. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Just let the body be relaxed and heavy. Release your jaw, soften your eyes and your eyebrows. Maybe give your head a rock from side to side, just to loosen up the neck, and then settling into stillness at center. Notice your breath without any obligation to change it just yet. Just notice the inhale and the exhale. Listen for it, feel it. And then start to deepen that breath, taking a fuller inhale through the nose, a deeper exhale through the nose. Feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Every inhale, creating some space, some expansion across the chest. Every exhale, releasing, softening into the floor. And take your thumbs and just touch each of your fingertips one by one. Just sort of focusing your awareness on these tiny little finger pads, these tiny parts of the body. Wiggle your toes. Maybe point and flex the feet, start to roll out the ankles. And take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, your rib cage, your chest, open your mouth and sigh it out. Again, big inhale through the nose, fill up belly, ribs, chest. Open your mouth, sigh it out. One more time, big breath in, fill up the body, and let it all go. Reach your arms over your head, take a full body stretch, point your toes, arch your back, reach through your fingertips. And then hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, give yourself a rock from side to side, squeezing the thighs against the belly. Making little circles with the knees to massage the lumbar spine. And then go ahead, bring your feet to the floor just to settle for a second, and then grab your strap or your scarf or your belt or your string or whatever you're using. You're gonna hug your right knee into your chest and wrap your strap around the ball of your right foot. Then bringing either end of your strap into each hand. Make sure your strap's long enough so that your elbows hit the floor, and then extend your foot straight up toward the sky. So stretching through the back of the leg. We're starting off easy this morning, you're welcome. Flex your toes back towards your face.
Reach your heel up toward the ceiling so you really deepen that stretch on the back of the leg. And if you don't have a strap, you can simply interlace your hands behind the back of your thigh. Same thing. Just giving yourself a little bit of support. So if this feels good, you can soften your shoulders down. You feel relaxed in the upper body. Start to take your left leg out long, just like it was in Shavasana. Just extending the leg, finding a little bit of a stretch in the left hip flexor. Breathing here. And then take both ends of your strap into your right hand. Let your right foot fall out to the right, opening the inner thigh. And just go as far as you need to feel a stretch. Don't force your right foot all the way down to the floor. Mine's kind of hovering maybe 5 or 6 inches off of the floor. And then press your left hip bone down into the mat. Flex your left toes so that left leg is active. Take a breath here. Next inhale, bring your right foot up through center. Keep that leg straight. Switch your grip. Left hand grabs your strap. And then you'll let that right foot drop over the body, rolling onto your left hip. So the right hip stacks on top of the left. And then look over your right shoulder, find a twist. Still supporting that right leg with the strap or your hand. Deep, deep breath. One more big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, come back up through center. Reaching the heel straight up toward the ceiling. One last little push to feel that stretch, and then we'll release the right foot down to the floor and switch sides. So hug your left knee into your chest. Keep the sole of your right foot on the floor. Wrap your strap or your scarf or whatever you've got around the ball of your left foot. And make sure either end of your strap is long enough so that your elbows can rest naturally on the floor. Your shoulders are relaxed. You're not straining to pull your foot down. And then flexing the toes. Reach your heel up toward the sky. Feel that stretch on the back of the left leg. Soften your neck and shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Breathe here. And once you feel settled in this shape, you can start to slide your right heel out, extending your right leg to feel a little bit of a stretch in the right hip flexor. Keeping those right toes flexed and the left toes, but the right toes and the right leg engaged to keep your hip anchored into the floor. You'll take both ends of your strap into your left hand and then let your left foot slowly drop out to the left, keeping that leg straight, stretching the inner thigh. Again, not forcing anything, just sort of letting the leg fall out to where it feels natural. Again, my foot's kind of hovering 5 or 6 inches off of the floor. This is plenty. Pressing that right hip bone down into the mat. One more deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Inhale, bring that leg up through center. Switch your grip, right hand grabs your strap. Start to drop that left foot over to the right, stacking your left hip on top of your right. And then looking over your left shoulder to find that twist in the upper body. So hopefully you're feeling something in the IT band, the outer hip area. Deep, steady breath. One more big inhale, big exhale. Start to bring that left leg back up through center. One last tug to lengthen the back of the leg and then bend the knee, release your foot down toward the floor. You can go ahead and throw your strap to the side. Like really throw it, you're not gonna need it. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a rock from side to side. And then start to rock up and down your spine long ways. You're getting a little bit of momentum. Rock 2 or 3 times. And then you'll rock all the way over your knees. Step back, find downward facing dog. Take your feet as wide as your hips. Pedal your feet out. Bend your knees one at a time. Sway your hips from side to side. Shake out your head and neck. Get all the wiggles out. That first down dog of the day that always feels so good. Lift your heels up high toward the sky and then melt them back down towards the ground a few times. Just warming up the ankles and the heels, the soles of the feet. Spread your toes really wide. Spread your fingers out wide. Reach your hips high toward the sky. Melt the heels down. Soften your knees. Lengthening through the torso. Settle into stillness. Close your eyes. Take a huge breath in through your nose. Open your mouth side out. Another deep breath in. Fill up. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward at the bottom of your exhale, make your way to the top of your space. Forward fold, top of your mat. Grab opposite elbows, take a sway from side to side. Shake out your head and neck. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Shoulders stretch, take your fists out and over your head. Drop the crown of your head down toward the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And slowly release your arms down toward the ground. Uncurl your spine. Start to come all the way up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. And once you reach the top, sweep the arms out and up. Breathe in. Exhale. Settle the hands at heart center. Drop your shoulders down your back. Soften your knees. Root down through the soles of your feet. Reach through the crown of your head. Stand tall, stand proud, stand strong. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs, bend your knees. Halfway lift and lengthen, hands to shins. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. One more time, reach out and up, big inhale. Exhale, dive over your legs. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands on the mat, step back to plank pose. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, spread your fingers really wide, press down through your palms. Puff up through your shoulder blades, almost like a cat pose, and then soften just a little bit. So we're just melting the heart down toward the floor. Find that happy medium without collapsing into the low belly or the low back. Reach through your heels, engage your quads, lift your kneecaps, lengthen through the back of your neck. This is a full body pose. Breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift up baby cobra, head, neck, and chest. Reach away from the floor. Squeeze your elbows in. Press through all 10 toenails on the tops of your feet. Exhale, tap the forehead down. Next inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Reach to the crown of your head. Open your heart. Press down through your feet. Exhale, tap the forehead down. Last time, lift up, baby cobra. Feel the back of the core engaged. Exhale, press your hips to your heels, child's pose. Stretch your fingertips out in front of you. Rock your head from side to side. Take your knees really wide. Drop your belly and your heart in between your thighs. And tuck your toes under. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, hop or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale and fold. Inhale, chair pose, drop your seat, lift your heart, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, come all the way up to stand, hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Halfway lift and lengthen. Hands to the mat, step or jump back, lower down through chaturanga. Elbows in tight. Inhale, up dog, open your chest. Downward facing dog, exhale. One breath in, one breath out. Two more sun A's. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, travel top of your mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to the mat, plank or chaturanga. Lower down on your exhale. Inhale to open your heart. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop or step, top of your mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, drop your seat, lift your heart, lift your arms. Exhale, stand all the way up, rest your hands by your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to the mat, plank pose, lower down through chaturanga or skip it. It's leg day, not arm day. Inhale, up dog. Arm day was last week. Down dog on your exhale. 3 breaths, in and out through the nose. Right here, settle in. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lift your right heel to the sky, 3-point. Exhale, bring knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, lift it back up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, reach. Exhale, cheetah, step your right foot in between your hands. Left heel pivots down, inhale up, warrior 1. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward and down. Grounding through the outer edge of your left foot. Deep bend to the right knee, open the heart towards the sky. Take your arms as wide as your shoulders. Breathe in. Sink deeper into that right leg, breathe out. Inhale, look up. Exhale, open warrior 2. A little bit of a wider stance. Reaching the arms in opposite directions. Big breath in. Sink deeper into that right leg, breathe out. Stay where you are. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And then side angle, elbow to your right thigh, or maybe right hand can find a block for the floor inside of your right foot. Left arm reaches up toward the ceiling or up and over your head for a little bit more extension. Breathing here, press your right elbow into your right arm, or your right leg. As you inhale, sweep the right arm up and back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel both hands to the mat. Step back, plank pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg reaches for the ceiling, flex your toes. Exhale for cheetah, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Exhale, cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Exhale for cheetah, step your left foot through, rise up, warrior 1. Pivot that back heel down, sweep the arms up. Deep into that left knee, pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Open your heart towards the sky, big breath. Equal weight distribution between your front and your back foot. That'll keep your left leg from getting fatigued so quickly. One more big inhale, look up, reach up. As you exhale, open into warrior 2. Reaching the fingertips in opposite directions, stretch your chest open, deep into that left knee. And the left knee is pulling toward the pinky toe edge of the foot to stretch the inner thigh. Stay low in that left leg. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Side angle, elbow to your left thigh, or left hand to the floor, right hand to the ceiling. Breathing here. Creating that resistance between your left arm and your left leg. Spread your toes. Next, inhale, up and back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel both hands to the floor, vinyasa. Moving through chaturanga if you want to. And then we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep sigh out. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top of your space. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair pose.
Drop your seat, lift your heart, lift your arms. So you can keep your feet hips width, or you can squeeze your legs together. So it's like one mermaid tail. Sometimes this is a little bit easier, sometimes it's harder. It just depends on your body. But sinking deep into the hips, bring your hands to your heart. And you're gonna twist to the right. So two options. You can open your arms back out to like a capital T shape, or you can bring your left elbow to the outer right thigh and come into a prayer twist. This is a little bit deeper. Dropping those hips down, rooting through the feet, opening the heart, deep breath. Inhale, come through center, stay low in those hips, sink even lower, twist to the left. Open arms or prayer twist, your choice. Deep, deep breath. Ooh, my legs are burning. Inhale through center, arms up. Sit a little bit lower, breathe out. One more, inhale. Oh, forward fold, stretch it out. Heel toe your feet, hips width, bend your knees. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers, lock your thumbs around your toes, and then let your elbows come out wide. Drop your head and neck. Rooting down through the big toe mounds. Pulling up slightly on your toes just to pull your chest closer to your shins. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Come back to a yes. Always a yes. Release your toes. Bring your left hand underneath your face, either to your fingertips or maybe to a block. You're gonna reach your right hand up toward the ceiling, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Pulling your right hip back towards the back of your mat. Getting a little bit of a stretch on that outer right hip, opening the chest to find the twist. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor or your block. Left hand reaches up for the ceiling. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, and pull your left hip towards the back of your mat. Spread your toes. Root down through your feet. Use the exhales to open into that twist. And then left hand will come down on your exhale. Just release back down into that easy forward fold. Drop your head. Heel toe your feet back together. Hips width or all the way together, your choice. Chair pose, your favorite. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze the heels of your palms together. Reach your knuckles back behind you to open across your chest. It's a little bit of a back bend here. Squeeze the thighs towards each other, sink down into the hips. We won't be here forever, but it'll feel like forever. Look down at your toes. This is gonna be a tricky one. We're gonna start to straighten the legs and lift the heels off of the mat. Woo! So you're balancing on the balls of your feet and your toes, reaching your heart out over your legs, like you're looking over a cliff. Don't hold your breath. Ooh, and then release everything down, relax. Heel toe your feet, hips width, halfway lift your chest, hands to shins. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to the floor, step back, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Right leg reaches to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, reach it high. Tap your right elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Cross your body, tap your left elbow. Last time, 3-point. Knee to nose, step it through, rise up, high lunge. So make sure the feet are about hips width apart, maybe even wider. So your feet are on train tracks, not a tightrope. And then when you feel stable in your feet, go ahead, sweep the arms up, high lunge. Slight bend to the left knee, deep bend to the right knee, reaching the heart up high. Rock your tailbone down toward the floor. Engaging the low belly to support the low back. Breathe here. Deep breath in. As you exhale, pitch the chest forward, wing the arms back like airplane. And then inhale, back up, high lunge. Exhale, lean forward, swing the arms back. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, wing the arms back behind you. This time, shift your weight into your right foot. Come into your airplane pose. So balancing on that right leg, bend the right knee just a little bit. Flex your left toes. Reach for your heart. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So we're going to move from here into eagle. You'll sweep your left leg up and over your right. Bring your left elbow under your right. Option to double wrap the wrists or just grab your shoulders. So lifting your elbows up high. You can always kickstand those left toes on the floor for a little bit more support. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hug the low belly in. Sit up tall. Resist that tendency to sort of roll forward and collapse across the chest. Oh, this sucks. As you inhale, you'll come back through center. So lift your left knee up into your chest. Throw it back behind you. Find that capital T shape. And we're just coming back to where we were. So big step back with the left foot. Sweep the arms up, high lunge. Exhale, open warrior two. Peaceful warrior, breathe in. Straighten your right leg, a little bit of a break. Rebend, side angle. The right arm to your right thigh, left arm up and over your head. Inhale, peaceful, breathe in. Cartwheel both hands to the mat inside of your right thigh. Then kind of wiggle your right toes or right foot over to the right side of your mat. And then drop your left knee down to the floor. Little bit of a break here. Untuck your back toes. Pulling your right hip back. Melting your left hip crease forward. So a few options here. You can stay right here. This is plenty. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come down onto your elbows. But just be mindful that you're not collapsing across the chest or rounding in your shoulders. I'm rounding here because my hips are really tight. So I'm going to come up onto a block. So think plank in your chest, even though we're dropping into the hips. This feels pretty good. You feel pretty stable. You want to go a little bit further. You can start to let that right knee drop out to the right so that the sole of your right foot starts to peel off of the floor. And you come onto the blade edge of your right foot to stretch the big side booty muscle, the piriformis. A little bit of an inner thigh stretch. One of my favorite yoga teachers called this next variation everything but the bagel. So if you're here and you've got all this going on, the final step is to bend your back knee, reach back and grab your foot with your right hand. So you have a twist, a hip opener, a quad stretch, everything but the bagel. Deep, deep breath wherever you are. If you've got your foot, go ahead, slowly release it. Don't let it slap down to the floor, just lower it slowly. Untwist your upper body. Bring the sole of your right foot back down to the floor if you've lifted it. Come up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee off of the mat. So you got this plank pose in your upper body, and that's where we're going. So you're gonna step your right foot back, plank pose. I gotta adjust my hands a little bit. Inhale, forward. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Settle in. And however that went for you, whether it was messy or graceful, just let it go. Who cares? Breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale, 3-point. Tap your left elbow. Inhale, 3-point. Cross your body, tap your right elbow.
Last time lift, knee to nose, high lunge, set your feet up first, right? Building your house with the foundation first. So settling into your feet, deep end of the left knee, and then inhale, sweep the arms up toward the ceiling. Soft bend to the right leg, deep bend to the left leg, whoa. Hug the low belly in, and the inner thighs are isometrically squeezing towards each other, just to help you stay balanced. Inhale to open the heart. As you exhale, pitch the chest forward, wing the arms back. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, lean forward, wing the arms. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, swing the arms back. Stay here, shift your weight into your left foot. Right leg lifts to find that balancing airplane. Heart stays open, just like an up dog. Left knee, slight bend. Right toes are flexed and active. Deep, deep breath. Then we're gonna sweep that right leg up and over the left. Find eagle pose, right elbow under left, with or without the wrist wrap. And maybe you kickstand the right toes. I'm super wobbly on the side, so I'm gonna use that kickstand. Elbows lift to the height of your shoulders. Open that space in between the shoulder blades. Breathe. Sink down into the hips, squeeze your legs together. Low belly hugs in. Sit up tall in the spine. Breathe here. Keep whatever arm bind you have. Unravel your legs. Shoot your right leg back behind you. Whoa. And then big step back with that right foot. Find your high lunge again. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Straighten through that left leg, give yourself a break, and then re-bend, come into side angle. Left arm down, right arm up and over your head. Press down through that back foot, deep bend of the left knee. Inhale, up and back, peaceful. Cartwheel both hands to the mat, inside of that left foot. Wiggle it over to the left side of your mat. And then drop down onto your right knee, finding lounging lizard. So all the same variations are available to you on this side. Just be mindful that typically one hip is very different from the other. For me, I have some chronic pain in my left side, my left SI joint, left hip. So I'm a little bit more careful, more gentle on this side. But using your breath kind of like a thermometer. Right? Just gauge where you can go, whether you need to stay where you are, or if maybe you can explore something deeper. You might be able to come down onto your forearms or bring forearms to a block. And if you ever find yourself in a variation that feels like you're in over your head, you can always come out. No shame. If you want to let that left knee kind of drop out to the side, stretch through the inner thigh and the outer hip. You can come onto the blade edge of the left foot. I'm not going to opt for that variation, not for too long. But you're more than welcome to. And then everything but the bagel, if you like. And you can do this on your hands or your forearm, but you're gonna reach back, grab a hold of your right foot with your left hand, twist open the chest. And you're sort of kicking into that hand to pull the chest open. Strong, steady breath. I am dripping sweat. This is disgusting. I needed it. Slowly release your foot if you've got it. Slowly unraveling, coming back to an upright position, bringing your hands to the mat, just like plank pose. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your right knee off of the floor. You're almost in a runner's lunge. And then think plank in your upper body, get that ready first, and then step your left foot back, find plank in the lower body. Hips.
Inhale, shift the heart forward, pass the thumbs. Exhale, true chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Chair at the top of your mat. So hop or step forward and go right in the chair. Drop your seat down, lift your heart, lift your arms. Breathe in, sit lower, breathe out. Keep your knees bent, start to rock forward into your toes, peel your heels off of the mat so you're balancing. Woo! Hugging the thighs towards each other, drop the tailbone down, lift through the heart. Ooh, one more big breath in. Drop your heels, fold over your legs. Whew. Heel toe your feet, hips width, slide your hands under your feet for gorilla pose. Toes to your wrist creases, drop the crown of your head down toward the floor. Sort of shifting your weight from your right foot to your left to massage out the hands. You can wiggle the toes, give your wrists a little bit of a massage. And release your hands. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Toes out, heels in, drop down into a yogi squat. So if you have any low back or hip pain, you can sit on a block to relieve a little bit of that stress, and then bring the hands to heart center, elbows to the inner thighs, shoulder blades together on the back. If you don't have access to a block right now, that's okay too. You just have to sit a little bit higher, bring your elbows to the tops of your thighs, and sort of prayer, namaste, fingers down toward the floor. Either option is fine. But keeping that heart open, shoulder blades together, long neck, long spine, deep breath. Close your eyes. Breathe and be wherever you are. No judgment, no expectation. Just breathe. Gently open the eyes. As slowly as you can, you're going to come all the way up to stand. So press down into the soles of your feet. Ooh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway lift and lengthen. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Feel free to move through a vinyasa or skip it. I'm gonna skip it. My arms are tired. Once you get to down dog, breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe out. Shift forward into plank pose. And you're gonna lower all the way down to your belly. No more chaturangas. Shimmy your hips from side to side. Center the body, and then bring your hands back by your hips with your palms down, fingertips facing your feet. Toes are untucked, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Forehead to the floor, just for a breath. Next inhale, lift everything off the mat but your pelvis. I mean, if you lift your pelvis, that's pretty cool because you'll be levitating, but most of us are going to be pelvis down. Lifting through the heart, reaching through the balls of your feet. This pose is all about the legs. Squeeze the glutes, engage the backs of the thighs to lift the legs even higher. And exhale, come down, relax. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, inhale, lift everything up. Arms, legs, chest, thighs. Lift your legs a little higher. Big breath in. Exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, lift everything up. Option here to bend your knees, reach back and grab a hold of your ankles, your shins, your feet, and then kick into your hands to lift even higher. And again, this is all about the legs. The more you kick, oof, the higher you're gonna get. Breathe wherever you are. And exhale, come down. One more for good measure. Last time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, come down. I'm tired, I'm done.
Rock your forehead from side to side. Shimmy your hips from side to side. Release the low back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press back to a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together, forehead to the floor. One more deep inhale. Sigh it out. Walk your hands back towards your knees, lifting the upper body off of the floor. Ooh, had sweat in my eyes. And just coming to sit on the heels, so bringing the thighs parallel. I have to walk them in a little bit. So option here to do a toe stretch. We call it broken toe pose, but that sounds really scary, so I just call it a toe stretch. But you're gonna shift forward, tuck your toes under, and then sit back on your heels. So stretching out the bottoms of the feet, all the fascial tissue and the arches. And even try to get that pinky toe wrapped under because it gets left behind, especially mine because my pinky toes are almost non-existent. Breathing here. Hands to the top of your thighs, or if you need a little bit more connection, bring your hands to your heart. Soften your face, soften your shoulders, down your back. And just when you think you can't stand it any longer, take one more breath. And then we'll come forward into a tabletop pose. Pedal out the feet. And then come back child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. When you're ready, come onto your seat. And extend your legs out in front of you. Give the knees a bounce, sway the feet from side to side, and then shift the hips so that you're rooted equally through your sit bones. Sit up really tall, flex your toes, and then as you exhale, hinge forward from your hips into a forward fold, just as far as you need to feel that stretch in the hamstrings and the backs of the knees. Keep your heart lifted and reaching, resisting that temptation to sort of round in the upper back, at least for now. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. As you come up to an upright position, bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. So two options here. You can take your feet a little bit further away from your crotch and create more of this like diamond shape, or you can bring your heels as close to your crotch as you can get them and feel more of a stretch on the inner thigh. So this wider variation is going to be more kind of low back, outer hip. This is going to be more inner thigh and low back. You might find a happy medium somewhere in between. Grab hold of your ankles or your feet, pull your heart forward, elbows in the inner thighs or inner knees, and then bow over your feet. And this is the point in the practice where we all realize how badly we need a pedicure. I think salon's open this weekend. Come back to your breath. Close your eyes if you have to. Shoulders away from your ears. And slowly lift the chest, come back upright. Fold your knees together like a book, bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Walk your hands back behind you. So it doesn't really matter which way your fingertips are facing, so you might want to try either one. I have my fingertips facing my booty. You could also face them back towards the back of your mat or out to the side. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So you're going to press into your feet, lift your hips, lift your heart, and drop your head back. So figure out what works best on your wrists. And if none of these work, don't worry about it. Just come back down. We're not going to be here very long. Big inhale to open the chest, stretch through the hip flexors. If you're feeling brave, you might walk your feet out and straighten your legs, find reverse plank. And then we'll exhale and come all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a rock from side to side. Take your knees to the left. Look out over your right shoulder, spinal twist. If you want that final IT band stretch, you can maybe cross the legs or just straighten your right leg out. One more breath. And inhale, come through center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then take them to the other side, looking out over your left shoulder. Relax your upper body. Soften the muscles of your face. One more deep inhale. Sigh it out. Bring your knees through center, hug them in towards your chest. One final squeeze, wrapping your arms around your shins, tucking your toes up in between your knees. Take a huge breath in, fill up your body, hold it at the top. And then exhale, release everything down. Savasana. Extending your arms and your legs. I'm going to come up to a seat, but you stay in Shavasana. And coming back just where we began, settling into stillness, checking in with the body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Creating space on your inhales, softening into that space on your exhale. Release your jaw. Relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Make some space in between your top and bottom rows of teeth. Feel the sides of your face melt down toward the mat. Notice your breath. No more effort, no more control, just awareness. And then watch what happens when you mindfully deepen that breath. Take a full inhale through your nose, fill up your body. Open your mouth, let it all go. Another deep breath in, fill up. Deep breath out. Start to invite little movements into the hands and feet, the muscles of the face, and rock your head from side to side, roll out your ankles and your wrists. And taking the next 3 to 5 breaths to come to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed. And once you find your seat, sitting up really tall, Rooting down through the bones of your seat, reaching through the crown of your head. Drop your shoulders down your back. And bring your hands to prayer at heart center, resting your thumbs against your chest. Bowing your chin down towards your heart space, just acknowledging your effort and your presence here this morning. The hardest part of yoga is showing up to our mat, showing up for ourselves and each other. And you did that and so much more. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Lift your thumbs to the center of your forehead and curl the corners of your mouth up towards your ears in a tiny little smile of gratitude. The light and love in me sees and honors that same light and love in you. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.